love seeing the kids out there.
Yeah,
helping.
they all need capes, so they're
Absolutely.
real life heroes. All right, let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Jackie Lair. And Jackie, it's moving in overnight, but there are concerns for the morning commute and heading to school.
Yeah, especially for areas west of the I-95 corridor. That's where we could see a bit more of that wintry mix before seeing that cold rain as we get towards the middle of the day. So again, the morning commute, that'll be the main timing of the impact, or at least the most impactful time with this system sliding in. Looking at that snow to wintry mix for areas north and west of the district, where we do have some winter weather advisories in effect, and some mix possible early along parts of the Beltway before quickly changing over that cold rain. Some snow and mix out towards western Maryland still lingering through at least the middle of the day, but for the rest of the region, we're talking about mainly a cold rain into the afternoon before eventually we dry things out for the evening commute, and by mid to late afternoon should be drying things out as well. So quick moving system, but again, we'll pack a punch out there for that morning commute, especially in those areas shaded in purple on your screen. Those are the winter weather advisories. That's up towards Frederick County, Maryland, northern Montgomery County, Maryland as well, Loudoun County included, and back out towards the Shenandoah Valley, the I-81 corridor too. Temperatures right now already dropping. We're talking mid to upper 20s. Manassas, Culpeper, Hagerstown, you're coming in at the freezing mark. DC, we're into those middle 30s at this point, at least 36 degrees right now in DC. Lower 40s though, out towards Annapolis. So we have quite a few areas on the colder side, while other areas still remaining above the freezing mark. And we have all different types of precipitation just towards our west and south and west, and that will continue to slide its way into our area. And not only do we have those winter weather advisories, that's also across parts of Pennsylvania, out towards the Midwest, and then farther up towards New England, also likely going to be impacted by this system. But let's talk about timing, the onset of that precipitation. Looking at mainly that rain for DC by about 4 o'clock in the morning, but it's farther out towards the west between the I-95 corridor and the I-81 corridor, as we see a bit more of that wintry mix in all those areas shaded in pink. Farther out towards the north and west, snow, which will then change over to that wintry mix mid to late morning. So this is a view of 6 o'clock in the morning. Still looking at the rain along parts of the I-95 corridor, but again, wintry mix just off towards the north and west where those winter weather advisories are in effect. Then this will continue to retreat farther off towards the north by about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then we're still looking at mainly rain for much of the area before eventually that will slide off to the east. Looking at those drier conditions as early as 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but still a chance for a few of those isolated snow showers out towards Garrett County in the wake of this system. Aside from that, we're looking at those dry conditions for later on evening. Now, the snowfall forecast, there is that potential that you could get that trace to an inch in these areas. However, that will be quickly washed away by that rain once we do see that transition there. 1 to 3 inches farther off towards the north, if anything. Talking back over towards Garrett County, that's the best chance that we do see that snowfall accumulation. In terms of ice accumulation, though, there is that potential there. When we see this popping up on the map, certainly want to exercise caution out towards the Shenandoah Valley, parts of the I-81 corridor, where we could see the potential for some light glaze tomorrow morning. The next 3 days, though, again, tomorrow, that'll be the most impactful day of the work week. But as we look towards Friday, there's a chance for some more wintry weather. But Wednesday, Thursday, looking pretty good after tomorrow's system. But like I mentioned, Friday, keeping a close eye on it. We'll keep continuing to monitor that as we get closer. But here's a view of Saturday. Some showers in the morning potentially, then we dry things out. Looking mainly cloudy, though, the rest of the weekend. High temperatures back into those lower 40s Saturday and Sunday before we fall back in those upper 30s by next Monday.
All right, we have